So this is after editing for games here. I did not intend for this video to be 54 minutes long. Well, technically it'll be 55 after I edit this. I did not intend to rant for this long. I do apologize. I hopefully if I well, I probably will end up making videos like this in the future. But when I do, I hope that they're under 20 minutes. I really do. I do apologize for this being so long, but I can't really cut any parts out. Simply because they're pretty much everything is integral to a reaction. You kind of need all the background information. So yeah, and also I'm just kind of lazy too, but you get the main point. So yeah, this is gonna be. Well, I was about to do a fucking outro, but this is literally going to be seen at the beginning of the video. But yeah, I did not intend for this video to be so long. I do apologize for that. When I do this in the future, it's not a matter of if I will do this in the future. When I do this in the future, I really don't want this to be this long, and hopefully it won't be. But yeah, enjoy the video. Alright, what's up guys? It's Critically Moist here. I do hope that the audio is finely tuned this time. But I'm making another video that I actually put some effort into. Now, as you probably know, Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix is going to come out later. Well, it'll be coming out in a couple, well, no, the downtime will start in a couple hours. But, I'll probably be up most of the night. So I'll probably end up, so I'll probably be there during the downtime. I don't know if I'm going to play it right when it comes out, but I will play it the day that it comes out. I'm not missing this. So, I'm quite excited for Remix. I have my problems, which I'll probably mention throughout this video when these people bring them up. And I'll also provide solutions that I created myself for them. But yeah, so we're watching some... Well, this isn't the only video that we're going to be reacting to. We're going to be reacting to other ones. But we're going to be reacting to this type of video where it's just people basically talking about Remix. Whether it's bad or good. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll agree with these people, maybe I won't, or maybe it'll be a mix in between. I'll also look at the comment section by the end of these videos. And yeah, we'll see these opinions on them. Let's go.
We've just went through one of the biggest letdowns of an event and a trailer I think I've ever seen this company do. Oh.
The event, I have to agree with you on. The event was literally just like watching a movie in Party Royale, because I know they did that like a couple of years ago. Like you could watch a movie in Party Royale. That was literally just what it was. It was literally the equivalent of watching a movie in Party Royale. But the trailer's a different story. Okay, the trailer, it hyped me up. Okay, it kind of ruined the idea of the POIs, but it hypes me up a pretty decent amount. Okay, so I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the trailer.
Oh my god, this was...
That you've ever seen? Ever? Fracture? Anyone? Fracture? We gonna talk about that? Fracture? We gonna talk about that? We gonna mention that at all? Maybe? Alright, I'm done with that bit, but still.
So bad. I feel bad for them, man. Bro, so many...
Who's them? Oh wait, no, I think he's about to mention this actually. Bro, so many, yeah.
People were hyped for this event and for this trailer. For them to just...
Hey, people still were hyped for the trailer after it came out, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But the event, once again, I have to agree with you on. The event was literally just the equivalent of watching a fucking movie on Party Royale. Like, it would be better to watch the damn thing in person, honestly. I wish I had well, no, I wouldn't have gone to New York to see that, but still, that's literally what the equivalent was. Also, why was Eminem not a part of that? What? I didn't see Eminem in that like little box thing during the event. I didn't see Eminem in there, even though he's still a piece of this season. So I don't get it.
Do this was horrible. It is literally the biggest cash grab I've ever seen. They did everything.
Chapter 5 in a nutshell, you know what I mean? Well, that's not really Chapter 5 in a nutshell. That's like the fucking, the live event that led us from OG into Chapter 5 in a nutshell. I don't even know if there was a live event for Chapter 4 into Chapter OG.
Thing they did for Fortnite OG, and they just did it wrong. They knew what worked and they didn't do it. This is crazy what they did. All right, first let's talk about the event. This event was horrible.
I have to agree.
literally was you sitting there with some buildings rose up. There were some cool effects here and there, but it was you sitting there watching a screen. So you're watching a screen while watching a screen, so two screens in a digital world, and it was no immersion at all. And you're just watching.
Well, you can just go full screen. So there was kind of an immersion value. I just think you don't know how to get immersed. But yeah, I do have to agree with you in the fact that this event was... Doom event was better because there was actually something happening. You know what I mean? And it was something different, right? Because yeah, I mean, you still fought people. Like, you still fought someone in the Doom event, but it was significantly different than what we had seen, at least in, like, the past, while. You know what I mean? Like OG into Chapter 5, yeah, that was a big advertisement. It was just a big, flashy advertisement. And that was really the closest, new thing that we got up until the Doom event, which, like I said, the Doom event was basic, but it was also a mid-season event. You know what I mean? So I don't really get people dogging on that, because, like I said, it was a mid-season event. It's different from an event that's meant to build the hype up of something. It was a mid-season event, not a core part. Really, the only criticism that I can honestly agree with for that event, I know I'm getting sidetracked, but this still does, like, technically apply. The only criticism that I can really agree with on that event is that Dr. Doom was kind of just thrown out the window. Even though he was meant to be this big bad villain and there was meant to be this really big fight and Jonesy could die. But no. They had to take the fucking Two Kinds route. I swear to God. Oh, man. Like, I liked that event. It was cool. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Give me 1 second. I liked the event. It was cool, but it wasn't the shit, honestly, if you had to ask me.
Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice, which
Eminem wasn't on there. Maybe he'll mention that. Like, I haven't really watched the video. I watched 20 seconds of it and then thought, man, I should make a video reviewing these absolutely dog shit takes, because I watched a video like this on another guy. He had like 5,000 subscribers, and I read some of the comments. They were literal fetuses, but yeah, that's what like got me the inspiration to do this. And also, I just need something to do because, while I'm waiting for the fucking update to go live, and I haven't really made a video in like 2 weeks. When was it? It's been almost 2 weeks. It's been 30 days. I mean, this video will probably go up by the time it's 2 weeks. So yeah, but let's get back to the actual video. I've been sidetracked for way too fucking long.
Ice Spice, really? I'm not a fan of Ice Spice, and hopefully there ain't no Ice Spice stands in here who are gonna get mad at me for this, but I don't like her music. It's super ghetto.
I hate the word ghetto, but yes, I'm not the biggest fan of Ice Spice either. I think she's fine. I'm not upset at the fact that she's in Fortnite. I'm really not. I don't like, like I said, I don't like her music. I would not listen to her music. And also, when she was first in the event, I genuinely didn't know who this was, by the way. I did not know this was Ice Spice. It took me a second to figure out that it was Ice Spice. I didn't know beforehand.
Can't deal with it. And just seeing this was I was sitting there getting so bored. I was like leaning back in my chair, just like looking at the ceiling, like, what is this event? They hyped this event like it was gonna be.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought about like going to grab a snack in the middle of this, so that way it would be like, oh, I come back, it was just some music that I was probably gonna get a copyright claim on. I would come back and the event would actually start. I ended up sitting through the entire thing, but
Like,
I honestly thought about doing it.
back to chapter 2 and nostalgic, and we were gonna be flying through the POIs because the art they put out had the POIs with arrows and stuff. Like, we were gonna be drifting to these POIs.
That is true. Dare I say, false advertising, but I don't want to throw out that word. I don't want to throw that word around. So don't run with that. But dare I say false advertising? But like I said, there's no need to throw that word around. There's no need to. But am I wrong? Yeah, let's continue watching the video.
Eyes and watching them, and it was just us sitting there. We didn't go nowhere. There was no.
Technically, it was standing.
immersion. It was boring. Yeah, it was just Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice perform.
It wasn't boring for the people who attended that live, though. You'll give it to the people who attended that live. It wasn't boring then. But yeah, watching it through a screen, it was boring.
Performing in New York City with some buildings, and that pretty much was it. Just hearing them rapping and.
Also, what does mood mean? Is that like the song? Are we gonna see the people who made mood? Just out of curiosity. I did not mean to click that, by the way. That fucking scared me. Who made mood? I'm not gonna listen to this, but featuring 24 Golden, Andy, or Justin Bieber and J Balvin. Well, J Balvin's already in the game, so are we gonna get fucking Justin Bieber in this? Is that like gonna be a fucking teaser for Justin Bieber? I wouldn't be fucking surprised. I wouldn't be upset either.
Then at the end, the butterfly.
Is that gonna be the fucking festival pass for Chapter 6 Season 1? Or not 1, 2. Or maybe it is 1, I don't know.
Fly finally came out, and I was like, oh, we're about to teleport to this map and fly around or something. But then it just played a trailer, so we didn't get nothing out of that event. It was kind of a waste of time, to be honest. There was no point in going to that event. You were better off just watching a YouTube video or watching a streamer react to it. Let's go on to the trailer now. As soon as it starts, it's a letdown. You got Snoop Dogg pressing the button. Where's Midas, bro? We don't want Snoop Dogg, okay? This is supposed to be a nostalgic Chapter 2 remix. It's supposed to be like Chapter 1 OG.
Did they ever explicitly say that? That's my question. Because I can't tell you for sure that they explicitly said, yeah, this is gonna be Chapter 2, an original Chapter 2. Like, you're gonna feel nostalgia from this. But did they ever say that? If they did, then your point is valid. But if they didn't, then you're literally spouting nonsense.
And this is what they did good about Chapter 1 OG is they did not seem or make it like a cash grab. This is a cash grab if I've ever seen one. They didn't put no collabs in the back.
Was that not the fucking multiverse event? Or not multiverse, metaverse event? That's literally what the metaverse event was. You know what I mean?
Battle Pass in the trailer, nothing. It was Chapter 1 OG. So just watching this trailer was Eminem and then Snoop Dogg and Ice. Like, I can't deal with all these collabs. It's so many collabs coming in and out. And this doesn't scream nostalgic Chapter 2 OG. It seems like they got the Chapter 2 name and they just threw collabs on it and threw it into a money pit is what it seems like. They just used Chapter 2 to get players. Like, why couldn't they wait to Chapter 6 to do this? It would have been a lot better if they just pushed it then. And looking at the trailer, this trailer already has 6,000 dislikes compared to like
6,000 dislikes compared to 99,000. This is literally the equivalent. Oh my god. You are not pulling an Infinite Warfare here, okay? This is normal for most videos. I just want to put that out there. If you have a video getting 999,000 likes, you're bound to get around this amount of dislikes. This is completely normal for a video. There is no gotcha moment here. This is literally normal for fucking YouTube. Oh my god. If he mentions this as a gotcha moment, I'm actually no, I can't have a crash out because my sister's sleeping. But I'm gonna have a more quiet crash out. Okay? Because you're a fucking idiot if you think you're pulling a goddamn Infinite Warfare here. You're actually stupid. You're actually stupid. Oh my god, I want to yell so fucking bad, but I can't. I could like only one time. I would only be able to do it one time.
Like 90,000 likes, which is crazy. Mad people are just.
I don't want to waste my breath on this fucking guy, so.
It's like in this trailer, and I'm one of those people. And this Ice Spice, bro, this Ice Spice stuff. The only good collab in there was Cadillac. I love the Cadillac cars. I think those are amazing. That's like the only good collab I'm liking in this trailer is that Cadillac.
Okay, so then what does it? Okay. So then what do Cadillacs have to do with Fortnite then? Like what do Cadillacs? How do they belong in Battle Royale? If we're gonna make, I don't know if this was this guy. I don't know if I'm confusing this guy for another guy, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you say that these artists do not belong in Battle Royale, why don't you say the damn thing for the cars? Why are you excited for the Cadillacs but not the artist. Like, well, no. Actually, no. That's not a fair statement. That's not a fair statement to you. I'm at a loss for words now. My mind is literally going blank, and I'm actively losing brain cells because I'm watching these people. So, if you make an argument saying that these artists do not be in Battle Royale, then what do the cars mean? Also, are we gonna have those cars in the original in Chapter 2? Are we gonna have our cars in this season? If we do, Lord help us. There is literally going to be nothing Chapter 2 in this besides, the fucking oil rig and the yacht. And then unless we get Catty Corner. But there's not really a reason for Catty Corner to exist because there's not going to be a Deadpool collab. You know what I mean? Like, unless a Juice WRLD takes over the yacht and we get Catty Corner at the end for Season 4. But then again, I feel like Juice WRLD will be a significantly bigger POI. I think it'll take up other spots. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's continue watching this. I keep getting sidetracked. This video is probably going to be 10 minutes long, and I'm only in the fucking third part of this. Only 3 minutes. Hell, I might even only be able to do this fucking video. This isn't what I wanted to do, but honestly, I might have to.
Black. And then the Tidy Boogie Bomb was cool. That's really it. And then, like, there's no Chapter 2 OG experience here. Collab after collab. And
they said remix, not OG. I would just like to say that. They said remix, not OG. They said OG on the roadmap. But then again, Reload wasn't also on the roadmap, and it came into the game. Plans change. That is what this comes down to. Plans change. Fucking idiot. Oh my god.
And then,
also, I wonder if this Ice Spice thing will be in creative. I know people are going to use the hell out of this if this Ice Spice balloon is in creative.
and look at this shark POI, man. Oh my god. What did...
That doesn't look half bad, though. That looks painfully small for a POI. But I'm fine with the shark POI.
They do, bro. Why is there a woman on top of the shark spread like... Bro. I am...
That's fucking Ice Spice. What are you talking about?
So upset. And you can see people in the comments saying this. What did they do to my boy? In protest, for the first day, let's all drop at the shark and destroy the Ice Spice thing. Bro, what did they do?
I don't think the shark is gonna release when it comes. I think this is just what I heard. I heard the first week is the dog pound and the season, like the season update. The second week is the Mom Spaghetti Grotto update. The third week is the shark update, and then the fourth week is whatever Juice WRLD's POI is. That is what I heard. I could be wrong, but I do think I think if I'm wrong, I think Mom Spaghetti and the shark POI are going to be the only two things that change. I think obviously the dog pound is set in stone. And the Juice WRLD thing will obviously also be set in stone. So I think those two will be the only thing that changed.
I am beyond infuriated at this. They dropped the ball so hard on this, bro. They made this now I don't even remember Chapter 2 anymore after seeing this trailer. It
That's called dementia.
ruined all Chapter 2 for me. This is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
Actually, no. I think there's another specific medical term, but I'm not that proficient. Like, I know my medical shit, but I only know... Well, no, I know a little bit more than surface level, but, I'm not that proficient in medical. But I do think there is, a term for this. I don't know. It's not deja vu, but it's something like deja vu. I don't know. There might not be. I might just be fucking delusional, but I'm pretty sure there's a term for this.
They did it like this. I'm not even hyped to play tomorrow. I'm not hyped at all.
I am. Me personally.
I'm still gonna play. I don't want to play though. And then they...
Why are you gonna play then? COD came out last week. Go play fucking that. The zombies are surprisingly fun. The campaign, for about this first 70 parts of it, the first 70% of it is actually really good, and then slowly just becomes a mindfuck, and then just a generic shooter by the end. But most of it is still really good. The multiplayer is gonna be dog shit, so I wouldn't recommend buying that. There's Warframe has gotten a new update not too long ago. The First Descendant got its season update. Destiny, no, please don't play Destiny. Roblox. There's, I mean, I imagine you could probably find some decent games on there. Not all the time, but like 75% of the time you can find a game that you'll end up playing for more than 10 minutes on there. That's all I can really think of right now, but you can also just do your own research. I know CD Projekt Red is, like, they're in the process of brainstorming stuff for Cyberpunk 2, at least according to rumors. It may be false, but that's just, like, what I heard. Chapter 6 is going to be hyped, but, I mean, you can't really play that right now. You could also just play creative. Like, you could also just play Reload, too. You could play Reload the entire month. I think you're going to regret it. Just like not playing this season at all, you're going to regret it. But you could also just play Reload, because I mean the entire thing's a desert. It's something different from the grasslands. It's what people pretty much have been wanting. It's what I've been wanting, honestly. I've personally been a bigger fan of like the wintry vibes, but it still doesn't change the fact that I'm heavily excited for Reload. And this is one of those points that I was that I said at the beginning of the video that I was gonna make throughout like this video. I am heavily excited for Reload, simply because it's got a different vibe to it than just fucking grasslands. Like, I know there's pieces of it that are grasslands, but I'm very hyped for the new map. I'm very hyped for it. I really am. I'm still gonna play the remix
Added
map.
shoes.
I didn't mean to unpause that. I'm still gonna play the remix map first, but I'm still very hyped for Reload.
Bro, shoes, pixels on the ground that you walk with.
Yeah. Shoes, it's not the most grand idea of all time. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not the most grand idea of all time. I see why they're doing it, but like, why didn't you release LeBron James later in the future? Are you gonna re-release his skin or something? What does Jazz mean? What the fuck?
With barely can even see on your character, bro. Another cash grab. It's just cash.
Oh, this says pass. My dumbass. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my god.
Cash grab after cash grab after cash grab after cash grab. I can't deal with this. Horrible what they're doing, bro. This emo is cringe. Mom Spaghetti PY, like, just bring nostalgic Chapter 2 OG, and that's all you had to do. Port the Chapter 2 map from back then.
Could have just made a Reload map of it, just saying. Could have just made a Reload map of it. You could have just made a Chapter 2 Reload map. Like, I'm not upset at this desert biome, but I think Epic Games probably should have had a little bit more oversight. In my opinion, I do think that they should have released Chapter 2, like, the original Chapter 2, but it should have been Reload. I'm still, like I said, I'm still fucking ecstatic that there is a new biome, and I hope they continue this. I hope they continue making maps just pretty much dependent on an entire biome. I hope Chapter 6 and 7 do this. Maybe not 6, because 6 is already set in stone, but I hope 7 does this. I really do hope 7 is like just a completely winter map, at least at the start. And like that's the theme. It's just cold, and that's what it is. I would love that. Or maybe there's one that's chrome. I think that's good. That's not gonna be one that's very visually appealing, but like you go back to that point. I'd be excited for that.
And put it into now. Don't even touch anything, and then it would have got better reception, 100%. The minigun with the text was kind of cool. It's like, oh, a couple kind of cool things here and there. Everything else is trash. The skins, I'm sorry, the skins are horrible. I'm saying it. I don't care if you like skins. These skins are trash, okay? That Guff Sky skin's horrible.
Debatable.
That Midas Meowscles skin's horrible.
Once again, debatable.
All the skins are horrible. I'm sorry.
Still debatable. But this one, this statement is actually like, I can see why people would agree with this, so I'm not actually going to argue against that. If he makes, like, a point that I can argue against, I can, but, like, I can see people's perspective on this, and I know it's not just him who thinks this, so I'm not going to disagree. Well, I mean, I am going to disagree, but I'm going to, like, respectfully disagree. I'm going to, like, politely disagree. I'm getting so fucking sidetracked. I may just end up doing this video, and then it'll just be a fucking... Like, I just start beef, unfortunately, and that's not really what I want to do.
Sorry, the skins are trash. They are really trash. As another cash grab, you know, they put Juice WRLD at the end.
I actually have another idea that I could do. That has to do with this. I have a really good idea, actually.
It's just horrible what they're doing, man. It is horrible. This ain't Chapter 2 OG. It really is not. It's
I have a significantly better idea, actually. I'm not gonna do it right now because I want to finish this video first. But I have a much better idea.
cash grab season, man. This is chapter 2.
I barely put any thought into this video, if you could tell. I'm my entire mindscape is basically devoted to fucking Fortnite at this time, of course. Not right now, or well, not it is right now, but like, not all the time. I don't think about Fortnite every waking second. Okay, that's not what I mean. I just mean like, I'm kind of, losing my mind a little bit here. And also, I just don't have any motivation. So, speaking of motivation, I've always been meaning to ask this question. But if you have any ways that I can find motivation to make these videos, or to make videos that I actually put effort into, please let me know. I like making these videos, but I don't have the fucking motivation to. So please, let me know if you have any ideas on how to get motivation, because I really like making these videos, but I just don't have the motivation to. So, please, let me know if you have any ideas. I'm willing to take anything.
Season cash grab is what we're calling it. Not calling it remix. It sucks, There really is not one good thing I'm seeing out of this trailer besides the map. And how do you, oh my god. These guys even ruined the map, bro. And, a lot of people are just pissed. Like, if you go on Twitter, people are mad. People are so upset at this. And when the hype dies down, people are going to be so upset. Like, why did they put Ice Spice in this game? Ice Spice did not belong in this game. If she's in the Battle Pass, I don't know if I can play this game. She's going to be in the Battle Pass. I'm not going to unlock her if she's in the pass. Put her in the item shop. Please don't put her in the pass. Don't put Snoop Dogg in the pass either. The item...
Snoop Dogg is already in the festival pass, so who's going to tell him? Also, that makes it clear that you didn't really do a whole lot of research into this video. Just saying. That kind of, it paints a real clear picture, and why I shouldn't exactly trust your opinion if you've barely done any research. Just saying.
Shop skin. He's cool if people want to get him. Battle Pass should be stick with the season, stick with the theme, stick with chapter 2. Don't try to throw...
The theme is remix. It's chapter 2 remix, not chapter 2 OG. What do you think the skins are meant to be? They're not just re-releasing old skins. They're remixing them. That's why it's called Chapter 2 Remix, you fucking idiot. Oh my god. I may just end up doing this video. This is literally painful to watch. These are fucking fetuses making these arguments. Oh my god. I'm about to have a fucking stroke. I swear to God.
Put in there and cash grab it. They had such a good chance with this chapter and season to get people to come back, make it
really only season, but okay.
A nice OG experience. And in the trailer you could tell no old movement, it's new movement. I knew they were
hurdling's back. Well, I know hurdling was already in the game, but like I barely use hurdling, so hurdling reference.
Gonna do that. There's no way they're gonna go back to that. All the weaponry is connected with the new...
Are we gonna see the dog pound guards come into the item shop? I would honestly like that. I wouldn't use a skin. I wouldn't at all, but I know some people would. Like, it would probably... The guard skin would probably come out, like, after Remix ends, so that way you don't see people, like, walking around with a fucking dog pound skin. Like, just blending with the guards. You could technically do the same thing with Mystique, but Mystique is... like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I would like to see that. I know they did the same thing with like Kit Bash too. It didn't come out this season. It came out like in a later season. So I'm hoping that's what they do with that.
New movement.
Also, I wonder what the guard's gonna be for Eminem and Ice Spice. I wonder what they're gonna look like.
Spent a year plus on it. They could be able to go back. So new movement. It's not gonna feel OG. It's gonna feel like more of like a creative map. This is what.
It's not OG. You fucking idiot. They never said it was OG. Okay, they said it in the roadmap, but plans change. Plans change. Okay, oh, you're fucking idiot. Plans change. You fucking dumbass. I'm literally getting fucking possessed watching this video. Oh my god. I need a fucking paper bag to breathe into. What the fuck?
That made Fortnite OG felt actually nostalgic because it had old movement. It didn't get.
It's not meant to be OG. You fucking idiot. It's meant to be a remix, not an OG. You fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh, my headphones almost fell off my head. Oh my god. I hope the audio isn't fucked up. That's really gonna suck if the audio is messed up. I do not want to re-record this video, so I really hope the audio isn't fucked up.
get the new movement in yet at that time. It was before chapter 5. And now, new movement, it's not going to feel OG. You're going to play it and you're going to walk around and it's literally going to feel like a creative map. It's not going to feel good. And this just makes you scared for chapter 6 because if they're doing all these collabs right now for chapter 2, then chapter 6 is just going to be the most collab fested chapter. I'm just imagining how many collabs are going to be in that chapter.
I honestly thought that was chapter 5, to be completely honest with you.
I bet you all the POIs are just going to be collab POIs. The map is going to have no love in it. They're all going to focus on collabs, the multiverse, because you can see how low Epic Games goes when they add.
Oh, hey, portal bunkers are going to be in here. I don't know why they're going to be in, you know, chapter 2. Wait. Reverse.
Because you can see how
reverse.
low Epic Games goes.
We got the original cars back. That's great to see. What isn't great to see is the porta bunkers. They weren't in chapter 2. Okay, can we get the porta forts back? Maybe not the porta fortress. The porta fortress was, like, I love the porta fortress, but I can see why it wouldn't come back. But the porta bunkers, what, they came out in chapter 5, did they not? Or maybe it was chapter 4, but it was not in chapter 2. The porta bunkers did not exist in chapter 2. I honestly wish they did the porta forts instead of the porta bunkers. But I do like the harpoon gun.
When they add...
I wonder if it'll do 75 damage. That's my question. If it'll do 75 damage...
add shoes to the game.
It's going to be my reaction.
Just so they can get Nikes, and they're probably going to get Adidas, and just so they can get these collabs in. Like...
Well, they already have Nike skins, so I don't think that's the main reason. Like I said, I think the main reason is for some, like, other mode. I don't think they're just going to release shoes because, oh, shoes. I don't think that's going to be the
like, what are we going to get next? Jackets? And get name brand jackets? Like, this is literally Tim Sweeney's metaverse and the future of Fortnite. This is right here. This is the monthly slop. As I just read, this person on Twitter said, Fortnite has gone downhill ever since Donald Mustard left his company. As we know...
I can kind of agree with you on that. The story has taken a significant dive with this time travel bullshit, okay? Significant dive. Significant dive. Okay, I'm done. But you get the point.
Oh, he said Epic Games was no longer looking at the storyline. They're no longer looking at events. Everything was being put into the multiverse. Everything was being put into collabs and making...
Not fully wrong. Not wrong at all. When was the last time that we had, like, a story event? No, that would be the Doom stuff then. Yeah, that would be the Doom stuff. But when was the time that we actually did a decent story event? It wasn't Doom. It wasn't really any of the other mini events that we had in Battle Royale. Would it be Fracture? Would it be? There wasn't really a story element in going into OG, or coming out of OG into Chapter 5. And there wasn't an event from Chapter 4 to OG. So would it be Fracture? Would that be the last time we actually got a decent whole, like, as in whole I mean like more traditional live event? No way, right? I've got to be missing something. There's got to be something in, like, Chapter 4. I've got to be missing something in Chapter 4.
The most money possible. It sucks.
Business 101, you fucking idiot. Oh my god. Literally. It's called business, okay? You probably don't understand it because you've done literally no research into this video, but it's called business.
Seeing this game go downhill. And
also, what the fuck does that mean? Oh. That's an Incredibles reference. Wait, is it? Is that an Incredibles reference? Is it? No way it is. No way they're gonna put a fucking Mr. Incredible symbol on Eminem. I don't know if that is or not. It might be. I'm gonna Google that right now. Mr. Incredible symbol. It was far from it. I was very off. Very off. I don't know what that is then. I really don't actually. I don't know what that is.
It's going downhill fast. We all saw
That
how
probably has something to do with them, but
they managed to ruin the one thing they couldn't ruin, Chapter 2, and they ruined it by putting collabs in it. It sucks. It really sucks. I feel so bad for the players who grew up with this game like me and all the items we had fun with. I have had no fun this Chapter 5. I was waiting for this chapter to end. I hated this chapter so much. I was ready to look
I didn't hate this chapter, but I didn't like it either.
towards the future, and they just put Ice Spice and they ruined the shark and they ruined this whole chapter. Chapter 6 is going to be horrible. It might be time to finally leave this game.
Chapter 6 is going to be okay. That's a very bold statement, considering Chapter 6 is going to be significantly different. That's a very bold statement of you.
Because
we shall see to it.
This game is going downhill. I'm hating what they're doing. So what do you guys think? I think this is such a letdown. I'm not hyped whatsoever for this anymore. Biggest cash grab of Fortnite's entire history. This is more of a cash grab than Chapter 5. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You don't understand. You do understand Epic wasn't really having the event just this season, so you can stop complaining about everything free you weren't first to see. So keep in mind, this is a new season, not a new season chapter. They thought about you, what you want, and not everyone. To get to this point, no matter what what the fuck? And what happened to Doom? Chapter 2, capitalism. Whatever, man. This season hype as fuck. Bro, this is genuinely just hating on its finest. The definition of wasted potential. I'm gonna have to dislike that. It's called Chapter 2 Remix, not OG. Literally the statement I've been saying. Alright, let's read this comment, then we'll go into another video. With us for 2 weeks, how do you not know what remix means? Shaking my head. Notice how he only likes the ones that agree with him. I think it paints a very clear picture of this dude. That the season wasn't exactly going to be what the original intended to do. I was trying to call it a day. Like they were Chapter 1 OG, the hate is so forced, calling it a cash grab like no shit. You expect them to make money out of a season, and then you act like the whole map got changed, only 3 people has changed, and the whole map, this community sucks, all they want is OG shit, and nothing else. Grow the fuck up. Literally, I agree. Stole the words out of my goddamn mouth. You stole the words from me, you bitch. But yeah, I completely agree with that statement. No, I'll have to watch that video later. I'll probably watch it off camera because there's not really anything to react. He's just like a news guy.
What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I have to make a video that I'm not going to really edit all that much. It's mostly just going to be a regular commentary, but still, I just wanted to make a video on this because we just saw the Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix trailer.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me laugh in disappointment. I don't know if that makes sense. But at the same time, not really, because I wasn't really... All I'm saying is I'm glad that I'm not really a Chapter 2 fan. Thought that the original...
I am.
Chapter 2 map got very boring because they didn't change anything. I know that's a hot take, so, whatever. We all have our opinions, all right? But the point is, I was still ready to go back, for a month and experience it, go back to Slurpy Swamp. But today, they released something that, in my opinion, just absolutely killed Chapter 2's remix as a Chapter 1. As someone who prioritizes Chapter 1 in terms of what I truly like when it comes to Fortnite, I am glad they did a faithful recreation of Chapter 1, unlike this. But I'm pretty disappointed for people who wanted a faithful recreation of Chapter 2, and...
Yeah, I could see that. But those people also need to realize that this isn't a faithful recreation. This is a remake, not a recreation. There's a difference between a remaster and a remake. All I'm gonna say.
Now, this is what we have. Now, on one hand, I'm sure it'll still be fun. I'm sure it'll still have all...
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
All the aspects and stuff of Chapter 2, but at the same time...
Maybe not all of them. If they do not bring down shit... If they do not bring back shakedowns, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, my nose hurts like a motherfucker. And my throat hurts too, Jesus Christ.
I feel like this is just spitting in the face of fans, if I'm being completely real.
They were spitting in the face of their goddamn selves. They knew that this was remixed and not OG. You fucking idiot.
So tired of collabs in general. Like, collabs are whatever. You want to have your collabs once in a while. I miss when it was actually like a special occasion. Like the first time we saw the Marvel collab back with the Thanos LTM back in Chapter 1 Season 4 was a great time. I remember seeing that and my mind was blown. The idea of Marvel and a game that I've been playing and enjoying collaborating was so fun. It was a really cool, crazy idea. Nowadays, I think the opposite. Nowadays, I'm so tired of it, and this entire game just feels like a giant commercial the entire time, and that's what I'm playing right now as an ad, and it's just kind of disappointing because we are right off of a collab season with Chapter 5 Season 4 being all Marvel themed, and
I mean, like what I just said earlier, this is remix, not OG.
And I feel like even if you like Marvel, like, can you not see that this can be problematic when it comes to the game?
Yeah. I also think that just they didn't really fully connect to this season of Marvel, in my opinion. Especially either they kind of just ditched it, like they just ditched the villain after once October 5th ended, like that live event ended, they kind of just ditched the entire idea of superheroes.
It's just, why does everything have to be a collab? Well, like, where is the original content here? And in this case, you could have made original content that was actually fun. You didn't have to make it like this, okay? Like this, okay, this I'm against. This is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie to you. This should, like, I don't even care for the shark POI, but damn, that should not be a thing. That's all I'm saying. And then the agency is all Snoop Doggified. All right, you know, no hate to Snoop Dogg. I like Snoop Dogg, but at the same time,
you sound like you've never even heard a Snoop Dogg song before. Also, I could be wrong. You sound like you've never listened to any rap music in your life before. I could be wrong. But that's what you fucking sound like.
I also don't anymore because he's in every game I play. He's in Call of Duty. He's now in Fortnite. Like, can we please stop having Snoop Dogg in everything? Collabs have ruined games to the point where they can't even make a faithful recreation of an OG season.
They just did it last year, you fucking idiot. They did it last year, you fucking dumbass. Oh my god, they did it last year. What are you talking about? They can't rid of faithful recreation. They did it last year. They did it last year. They did it fucking last year. I'm trying to control my crash out, but they did it last year. They're trying to change it up so that way this entire formula doesn't get stale. I'm about to cut this fucking video short. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say to this fucking video. Why did I like it?
This is supposed to be for one singular month, and they didn't actually do it. Like, it's a month. Of course, people can say it'll get boring or whatever because it was Chapter 2. Like, it'll get boring regardless. It doesn't matter if it gets...
Yeah, it'll get boring. Like, Chapter 5 got boring. You know what I mean?
Boring. It's a month. It's not the entire year. You're not going back to Chapter 2 for the entire year. I mean, that would be bad. I'm not gonna lie. As someone who's not a huge fan of Chapter 2, that would...
I'm a huge fan of Chapter 2. But that's not a good idea. Go and make just re-experiencing everything. Like, of course, there's some seasons that are just not hitting. Like, imagine if you just wanted Season 7 the entire time and you never got it. Or, well, maybe you got it, but, like, you just didn't play the other seasons because you were waiting for it. I would have to agree with you. Playing Chapter 2 for an entire year would not be it.
Would be bad. But either way, like I said, I was down to try it out. I mean, I'm going to try it out regardless, obviously, but I don't know how much I'll play it. I really don't think I'll play it anywhere near the amount as with Chapter 1, back with Season OG. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Chapter 2, like I said, but really that was just from lack of content. That wasn't really because the actual content we got was necessarily bad.
At the start of Chapter 2, yes. After, like, Season 5, well, towards the beginning of Season 5, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that statement.
It was just the fact that we got very little content for a big chunk of that period of time, especially during, like, the lockdown phase. Absolutely no content added, no map changes throughout the entirety of Chapter 2 for the most part. That was my issue with it, okay? But
You couldn't be more goddamn... You can apply this shit to Season 1 and Season 2 of Chapter 2. You cannot apply this to really anything else.
Idea of this is crazy to me. Real quick, if you are enjoying this video, you should definitely hit that like button.
No.
3 years since we've been on the Chapter 2 map, it would have been kind of fun to go back and actually, well, even longer if you count the actual seasons that they were going to actually put in the game, which is apparently seasons 1 through 3, which actually I'm kind of upset that season 3 of Chapter 2 will probably not be very faithful now when it comes to this, man. I need my Fortnite to be faithful, all right? If it's not faithful, it's not for me. That's how I think of it, okay? Because what is this, man? Like, actually, it's one thing to have skins in the game, but what is this where we have these collabs in every single scenario, or like an item?
I have to agree with you. The collabs are becoming a serious issue. They're basically taking over. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of the collabs. I'm not at all. I like Snoop Dogg. I've listened to Snoop Dogg on rare occasion. Eminem I've listened to a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of him either, but me personally, I just kind of found him through watching old Call of Duty trailers because what was it? What was that song? One of the songs that he created was like in the original Modern Warfare 2 trailer. So when I was doing research on that for something completely separate before I even started putting effort into my YouTube videos, that's like how I found Eminem and Ice Spice. I never liked Ice Spice. Never did.
One item at a time or something, but having full-on POIs. Oh, I forgot Eminem's in there, man. Eminem's in, like, I like Eminem, but like we don't need him in the game. We don't need, or at least we don't need him replacing, I think, the Grotto. I think that's where his POI is.
Not gonna lie, the Grotto was kind of boring. Just saying. It was fun, but it was also still kind of boring. I'm happy to see it's replaced by Mob Spaghetti. I think the Ice Spice change is pretty fine. It's whatever. I honestly would have liked to see just like a shadow version of the shark and just like a ghost version of the Grotto. I would have liked to see that for all the other POIs. And the Dog Pound. Oh, the Dog Pound. I'm not already the biggest fan of the Dog Pound. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing it with the Dog Pound. I'm really not.
It looks like it because it's like in a dark area like the Grotto was. I don't get it, man. Why do we have to do this? The thing I don't understand about this is because if you look back at Season OG, that was a faithful recreation of Chapter 1. For the most part, they did absolutely everything they needed to do in order to make a recreation of the original Chapter 1 from Seasons 5 through 10. I mean, obviously not everything was 100%. We had the sprint and the different weapons had different damage values and or whatever. They nerfed them over time. You know, things like that were different, of course. But for the most part, it was a faithful recreation. We weren't seeing Peter Griffin's Tilted Towers. Even then, they could have done like the Batman one. They had a Batman Gotham City back in Chapter 1. They could have done that. They did not do that because they realized, well, first of all,
rights issues.
well, they couldn't do that probably because they don't have the licensing anymore. But either way, they know that nobody wants that is another thing. But the point is, though, as cool as that was back then, I would not want that in my recreation. We have limited time available in this season of this OG season, quote unquote, to have it just change.
It's Rewind, not OG. It's called Fortnite Remix, not OG. You fucking imbecile.
Up like that is crazy. But anyways, what I was saying is, what I don't understand is they saw that, they did the recreation, and it worked out incredibly well. But then with Chapter 2, they have to change it up? That's not what people want when they say that they want the old stuff back, okay? And that's what I don't understand here. Now, the only thing I can think of is they were not confident that Chapter 2 would be that popular, which...
I mean, I can get that. I mean, they did it with Chapter 1, so it would be like, yeah, I can see why that would be a genuine concern, because I mean, you just bring back Chapter 1 without really any changes, and you do the same thing with Chapter 2. People are eventually going to get bored of that. If they aren't bored by Chapter 2, they're going to be bored of that by Chapter 3. So I can see that. I think that's actually, in my opinion, I think the original idea was to bring back OG, and then they switched it up. That's my theory, but like I said, it could just be a game theory.
I feel like I disagree with that. I mean, maybe they have the statistics or whatever. Maybe they thought that if they just dropped it the exact same way, it wouldn't be popular. Or maybe they thought with Season OG, it was just a freak thing. They just randomly decided, let's go back to Chapter 1 towards the end for the fun of it. Maybe they did that and it wasn't really thought out and really planned out all that well. They didn't really put all that much time into it. And now they thought, we got to put a lot of time into this one to make it even better than the last. I don't know. I just think that this is not the move. It's pretty disappointing. I think right here, this Midas Meow.
I hope this song isn't copyrighted, by the way. I would just like to say that. I can't imagine it is, but I really hope that it's not.
Combination is exactly why old Battle Pass skins need to return. What is this monstrosity? That's all I'm saying, alright? I don't know
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I don't think it's inherently bad.
what this is. This should not exist. This should not exist. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I want to be excited for, I mean, like I said, I don't really care that much. I'm not someone who found chapter 2 all that nostalgic. I remember having a lot of issues with that chapter, but it's more for if they were to do this again with chapter 1, this is what they're probably going to do, and I think that that would be a massive...
If they do it again with chapter 1, I think people are just going to be pissed off, especially considering that there's already an original chapter 1 remake. Well, like it within Reload, so
disappointment, and I think that would upset a lot of people, especially with chapter 1, because chapter 1 is even more nostalgic than chapter 2. Even, well, I guess that's subjective, of course, but the point is, I don't think that this is the way that they should go about it. If you want to add skins and certain things or certain items within that season, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I disagree with that still. I still think if you're going to do it, go for it. It's a month. You don't have to have a whole entire year worth of content that is all different and stuff like that. We're talking about a month here. So at this point, it just doesn't make sense, and I just hope they don't do that anytime they do bring back chapter 1 down the road, but I feel like they will, because they probably will change it up, and it just feels like they had to bring in the celebrity collabs in order to just promote chapter 2. Like, they weren't confident that it would be that popular, but they wanted to do chapter 2 because they couldn't do chapter 1 again this year, because then they can't keep it feeling nostalgic or whatever if they did it like that. I don't know, but either way, the only thing I will say that sounds really good about all this is that Fortnite Reload is getting a brand new map. On a totally different note, real quick, I just want to...
Is he using the fucking Fortnite mayor sound effect? Is he using it? Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, actually. Like, I wasn't... There's nothing wrong with that, but I think he's doing that. But yeah, this was the Reload map that I was talking about earlier. I like this. I like the fact that the majority of it is deserty. Not all of it, but the majority of it is... It's a different vibe, a different terrain than just greenery. I like that. I love that. I do wish there was like a river flowing through to this area. I think that just looks really weird in my opinion. But that's really all the complaints I have about this. Like, there's just like not really a lot of water on this side. Like I said, that's really the only complaint I have about it. I'm still very excited for Reload.
I mentioned this before in this video. It's
there's gonna be like what?
Fortnite Reload is getting a brand new map. On a totally different note, real quick, I just want to mention this before.
That's obviously the Paradise Palms. We're gonna have a bunch of suburbs. Shit, I had a bunch of suburbs. That's, I don't know, it looks like just a generic car park area. Probably just a small area. I don't know what the fuck that is. This is gonna be like a ghost town area. Probably just a continuation of this ghost town area. A small gas station that I think was also in the Paradise Palms area. This, once again, I don't know. That might actually be like a part of Lazy Links. Like it might be like an updated version of Lazy Links. More ghost town abandoned shit. We're gonna have, I don't know. I don't really know what to call this area, but I do know it was a part of Paradise Palms. This is probably gonna be a reference of some sort when we look into it. This is also gonna be kind of like this area over here. Probably also either more suburbs or a continuation of the ghost town. And then this one is probably just going to be a lot like Paradise Palms. That's my theory. And then we also have these two areas, which is just probably just going to be gas stations and ghost towns.
Or in this video, it's getting a brand new map. It's desert theme. It looks like Paradise Palms is in the background. That's what I'm liking. I hope Paradise Palms is like right in the center, kind of like where Tilted is on the current Reload map. Right in the center, it's Paradise Palms, because Paradise Palms is amazing. It is the best place that they've ever added in Fortnite, in my opinion, which is kind of funny. I didn't think a desert biome would be something I really like a lot, but Paradise Palms, man, fantastic. I remember the day I woke up and that was on the map, and it was just, great. And also, Solos is coming.
Yeah, it says Paradise in the fucking background.
For Fortnite Reload. So, I mean, that sounds amazing. I'll actually be able to play that throughout the duration of this season OG, even if I'm not a huge fan of what they've done with the Chapter 2 map. All I'm saying is I'm avoiding the shark. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going anywhere near the shark with whatever that thing is on top of the shark, man.
I don't blame you. I'm not a big fan of the shark. I'm a big fan of the grotto and a semi-big fan of the dog pound, and I'm also excited to see what Juice WRLD's POI is. but I'm gonna have to agree with you on this. Well, actually, no. I'll probably land at the shark, but I'm still not very excited for it.
What the hell? But anyways, maybe I'm just a hater. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We haven't played it yet, of course. I'm going to keep an open mind. But I mean, I'm just so tired of all of these advertisements, collaborations. They always have to combine. It's not just this game. It's all games nowadays. Like, every game has to do it. And when it's just 1 or 2 skins, it's whatever. It's fine. But they always go overboard.
What does Black Ops 2 have to do with this? What is this background music? Yeah, like, I like the Black Ops 2 theme. But what does it have to do with this?
Or they never know what a balance is, and it's because it makes a lot of money. So I understand that there's people who want this stuff. I'm not saying that they shouldn't necessarily do it, because I guess if there's demand, maybe, maybe do it. But you don't have to change old POIs when you're trying to make a faithful recreation of an old Fortnite chapter. I just don't get why you thought that.
Okay. So that's gonna be it for this video. I cannot stomach any more of this. I will probably watch more of these videos after, OG comes out. I've also probably... I'm going to talk to some people after this. This is going to be it for this video. I don't know. Maybe I'll create a name for this, and I'll just, I'll do this, and I'll, review people's opinions and shit. I don't know. What's going to be a good name for that? What's, I opened the video saying, oh, am I dumb, or the comments are dumb, or something like that. Please, think of a name in the comments down below. I'm going to probably be brainstorming that shit, too. So... I'm gonna try to brainstorm that while I upload this video. We'll also edit it too, because I do need to edit some parts out. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I will see you guys. I'm gonna sneeze. Next time.